Okay, so this is our Google Nest Hub Max, which you can see fell on the floor, so it's completely been smashed. And this is what I'm going to attempt to fix. And there are no guides on the internet for the Max. There are plenty of guides for the Nest Hub. So I'm filming this hoping that someone else might have some use for it if they want to repair theirs as well. So yeah, let me just show you what's going on here. A few things. So this is a replacement screen. I'll put a link in the description where I got this from. It was from AliExpress, I think. Now there are plenty available, which tells me that it's obviously able to be repaired. It does say on most of the listings it must be a qualified, you must know what you're doing to repair it yourself. But as I said, even though there's no guides on the internet for how to fix it, and then no one really has any instructions, the fact that there's many sellers selling this must mean it's doable, obviously, and I don't see why not. I was reading a Reddit about the Nest Hub, and someone was also saying about the Nest Hub Max, and someone had said they had done it, but they didn't write down the instructions and they couldn't quite remember. And he said that there were a few more steps needed for the Nest Hub Max, mainly making sure the camera is aligned properly, which makes sense when it goes in to the lens. But he said something about speaker wires or something he had to do as well, and something else that he couldn't remember. So I don't know. We'll just have to see when we get the old broken one off, if we do get it off. What else might be required? One thing I've noticed from the guides, so with this, I think this is where the ribbon is going to go in for the screen, but the connection seems a lot different than the Nest Hub. And on the guide that I saw, had a picture showing that there should be a triangle. Maybe that's it there. Okay. No, it's a circle. I'm sorry. Yeah, and it's a different sort of latch. So I haven't quite worked out how to get this one open. And you've got these other two connections, but this one here is actually sorry, it won't focus. Is actually sealed. Like this, even though it looks like it's something that lifts up, that's got clear tape over it, which you can't see, so that it's not accessible. So I don't think that gets replaced. I don't know. And then you've got this one, but it's connected to, I don't know what that is. It's a sensor, I guess. Some sort of sensor. So when I saw the pictures of in the video of the Nest Hub screen, didn't have any of that. Just had one ribbon connector at the end. That was it. So we'll just have to see when we get the other one off what has to be reattached. Hopefully it's just the ribbon, I thought. And then yeah, this is what it came with. Obviously the screen, and they told me it's a genuine Google brand, so I was happy with that. That's what they say. It came with some tools, which is good. Probably won't need all these. Just screwdrivers and stuff. I think it's just a standard tool pack, because all I should need really is this to get the screen off, and the suction cap. It's got some double-sided 3M tape to put the screen back, to stick the tape back on. Now I've also just bought some Kapton tape. Now I bought the 1mm because even in all the guides they don't really say how thick to make it, and there's so many different lengths or widths you can buy. I just went for 1mm. In the end, they replied to me saying they think they use 6mm. Oh, sorry, 10mm. It's got 10mm. Can always be cut narrow if it needs to be, I suppose. But it's just for putting over the ribbon cable, from what I can gather, to keep it in place. That's all it's really needed for. And this is the hairdryer. So the thing is, to get this screen off, you need to use, they said, a hot gun. I don't have one. Now, I didn't go and buy one to do this, because if I went and bought a hot gun to do this, and with the cost of the screen, I might as well have just bought a second-hand one. So it's not really cost efficient to have gone and bought to have gone and bought a heat gun to do this. So I'm trying to do it with as much tools as I've got. So the screen I think was 98 Australian dollars delivered. The tape was $8. So only we have over $100 still to replace to repair. I could get a second-hand Nest Hub Max for $200. So as I said, if I was to go and buy a heat gun for like $50-$60, I might as well just buy a new or second-hand one. So if this works, I'll be happy, obviously. If it doesn't, then at least I'll still try and put it online. Others might see where I went wrong. At least I got some video footage of what's actually the screen looks like, because there's nothing I can find on the net about it. Gloves, because to take care with my fingers with a broken glass, and scissors. Okay. So what I'm going to do, because they say that a hairdryer can be used to get the screen off. It might take a bit longer, so that's what I'm going to try and do. Get the screen off. Let's go. Okay, so here's my screen. So they do say also do a lot of it sitting, with the Nest lying down, because there's a lot of cables in there that you don't want to upset. So anyway, I'm going to start to try and melt the screen off. I won't bore you filming that. I'll just do that, and if it comes off, we'll go to the next step. Okay, so just a little update. Getting somewhere, I think. Yep. So with the hairdryer, it's lucky it's got this little flat thing on the end. So what I've been doing is lying it down and sort of directing the air into the cracks, and then I am using these tools. One is a flathead screw, like a little flathead screwdriver, metal one. The plastic pries aren't much help. Stick the metal flathead in and pry it apart and get some air down there. I think I've still got to work on this corner a bit, and this one here, just being careful not to do any damage. Yeah, so keep going. Okay, so just an update, and I think I'm stuffed. I think I've broken the whole thing. So what's happened is I spent the good part of the last hour and a half trying to get the screen off. Now, I thought I'm trying to get this part out, the plastic, and I didn't realise it's just this. There's two layers, right? This is the screen, and that's the part that was glued onto here, and it just peels off after enough effort. So what I've done in all my stupidity, trying to crack this plastic open, I think I've pulled it off from here. So all these bolts, all these plastic clips it had attached to the back, now that's all been ripped off. So, and I think I might have ripped something under here as well with a screwdriver. So, well, I'll still post this online. Maybe the next person you won't make the same mistake I did, because there was no video really showing you how to get the screen off. It just said, heat gun it. And they said, put the tools in and try and pry it out, which I did, not realising I'm prying out too much. They really should have said, in some of the guides, just take the screen part off, because that's the part that you need to take off. Don't take off the casing. And I think I probably damaged the camera in the process, so this thing's now toast. Well, don't make the same mistake I did. I'll keep going with it. I'll try and plug it in, because what's happened too, it's somehow in the process of doing, I've ripped this out of your motherboard. I don't know how I get that back in. I can try. Well, it's worth a shot. This is ripped as well, but it does look like, yeah, it's just the one ribbon anyway that you need to reattach. See, all these screws here too, on the screen. I don't know how you're supposed to get those out without, I don't know. Because that is part of the screen that you're replacing. So you're supposed to have screws in there, but how are you in the bottom there? How are they supposed? I don't know. There you go. That's the old one. These screws here, you're not getting them out without a fight anyway. Well, okay. How not to repair a Nest Hub Max version 1. Okay, so I'm still going to give it a try. I might be lucky, you never know. If I haven't done anything under here, that'll be what it'll be. The camera looks okay. And I just worked out how to get this stupid ribbon cable open, because it was doing my head in. It was pretty easy in the end. It's just a little lever here, just pulls up, and the ribbon goes in there and then closes down. So even though I was able to get this one back up, let's see if I can get this in, turn it on and see if it still works. So I just turned it on. That's just pen marked in. Let's boot it up. Okay, it's booted up. It looks okay so far, but who knows if anything's working. Okay, Google, play some music. Okay, hello, play some music. Let's see if the speaker works still.
Playing on YouTube Music.
Speaker still works. Okay, well that's good. Okay, well that's good so far. Touchscreen seems to be working. Okay, well that's actually. So what else do I have to test? Oh, let's try the music again. Okay, Google, play some music. We want to test the sensors.
Playing on YouTube Music.
The gestures. So I think I should be able to go like that and pause. It used to work. No. Maybe it's not working. Maybe the sensor's stuffed. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, I'm gonna play around with this and let you know what happens if it does work. If the gestures don't work, I can live with that. I'm gonna test the camera. Okay, so it looks like the camera's stuffed. I've gone into the app and it says Nest Cam monitoring. Tells me it's being viewed, and then within the app it's just continually loading and loading and loading. So I might try a factory reset if that fixes it, but I think I've damaged the camera, unfortunately. So it's funny, it thinks it's working, but it's just not connecting and not viewing anything. So, and I still don't know about the gestures. Oh well, so that's it. Got a half working Nest Hub Max. I'm gonna have to replace it because I use a camera for security. So unfortunately, we won't be able to use this as a second-hand one now in another room, I suppose. Just no camera. Oh well. So that's probably it. Hope you find it useful. So as recapping, it looks like it is actually should have been a fairly straightforward task to do this if I knew what I was doing. As I said, there was no guides on the net to really show you step by step, just pictures and stuff. But as I said, I thought I was doing the right thing, taking that screen out. I thought that's where the glue was in here, but it's just this layer is what all you need to try and essentially peel off. And there's only one cable to connect, and that's it. It's really easy to do. So hopefully, if you do watch this, you will not make the same mistake I did, and you'll be able to repair yours easily. Having said that, I recommend trying to do a repair if you do it properly. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye. I've just realised or noticed when I've had a look at this, there is a cable which has come out. This one here. Ugh. Can't see because my fingers, can you? This one here has come out. There's no way that's going back in again. Unless I take this whole facing off, which is what I'm now going to try and do. I'll take this plastic part off and maybe I can see what I've done underneath with the camera. And this thing I've busted too, I don't know what that is. Looks like a bit of just insulation maybe. Heaps of it over, there's heaps of it here. I mean, these two sensors look okay. Camera does look okay. Alright, I'm going to take this whole thing off now, if I can, this plastic part. See if I can fix that cable. See what happens.